Okay class. Tomorrow is World Book Day, where we celebrate the wonder of books.
I love books.
So do I.
I do too. I don't always write books, that's for sure.
Please come to school tomorrow, but please, abide by the dress code, even when you dress as someone from your favorite book.
Can I become Taylor Swift? Although she is not a book character, but from a celebrity fashion magazine, can I still be her?
Sorry, Annika. You can't be Taylor Swift. She's in a magazine, not a book. Remember, it must be a character from a book, not a magazine, TV show, or anything else media related besides books.
Can I come as someone from a fairy tale?
Yes, Mandy. It can be any book you like, such as a comic or fairy tale.
Hey Riley, guess what? It's World Book Day tomorrow and we have to dress up as someone from a book.
That sounds amazing. Who are you going to be, Darren dear? There are lots of books to choose from.
I can go as Justin Bieber in this autobiography, First Step to Forever. But can you look online on your laptop for a PDF file to read from?
You know, Darren dear, online freereadnovel.com is the place to be rather than buying or downloading a PDF file. That's where the book is read from without having to do either of those.
Good. I'll accept it.
I love that novel too, even when it's read online.
I've never heard of Justin Bieber in my entire life, even in popular culture.
Okay, I'll read it. Chapter 1, Let's Get This Show on the Road. Hartford, Connecticut. Tuesday, June 22, 2010. 9:45 a.m. Rolling into the Excel Center, I feel like I ought to have skates on my feet. Hey. I elbow my grandpa in the ribs. Can't you just smell the hockey? He laughs. Oh, yeah. In less than 40 hours, the Excel Center will be jammed to the rafters with almost 20,000 screaming fans, but right now the venue is just begging for a Zamboni. A Zamboni is that huge tank-like thing they drive around to even out the ice during halftime at a hockey game. It melts the top layer, which almost immediately refreezes as smooth as glass. But I can't believe I have to describe what a Zamboni is. It's like describing something you've known since the day you were born. A lot can change in 3 years. It's unreal. Being a Canadian, hockey is our thing. We have it in our blood. Sometimes they let a celebrity guest, a war hero, beauty pageant winner, local news anchor, or whatever, ride in the Zamboni. And, until 3 years ago, that was my definition of celebrity. Somebody who gets to ride around in the Zamboni. My definition of a rock star was somebody who gets to ride around in a tour bus. A lot can change in 3 years. When I was 12, my manager, Scott Scooter Brolin, saw a YouTube video of me performing in a local talent show. When I was 14, we joined forces with a recording artist Asher, who was not only one of my heroes but helped introduce me to the world. A few months after my 15th birthday, my first single dropped. Now I'm 16 and about to launch my first tour as a headliner.
Hi Angela Cobra, Layla Tupper, Sultz Z Wolf, and Don Kearney. This is Darren Pipster, calling from my house. Did you hear about Justin Bieber's autobiography, First Step to Forever?
Never heard of him. I recall reading his quote, that my world tour will hit 85 cities, connecting with almost 2 million fans, all in less than 6 months.
I never heard Justin Bieber's autobiography either. I recall reading his quote, I make my way across the bus garage with my grandparents, Bruce and Diane Dale, and Kenny Hamilton, personal security ninja and frequent victim of my Xbox 360 powers of annihilation. My mom, Patty Millette, teeters along behind us, rocking skinny jeans and high heels. Mom is a trip and she sacrificed everything for me.
Justin Bieber's autobiography is no use to Angela's Galaxy, although I am a lead singer of that 54-member group. However, I recall reading his quote, I love that line in the lyrics. Sometimes I feel like that's what everyone's expecting. My world got very big, very fast, and based on a lot of sad examples from the past, a lot of people expect me to get lost in it. I am always getting asked the same 2 questions. How did you get started? And how do you stay grounded?
Justin Bieber's autobiography is so awesome. I remember reading his quote, this thing is designed to fly me out over the crowd during the song Up, starting upstage about 30 feet in the air, then floating out over their heads, gliding on waves of energy and noise, dipping not quite low enough for them to touch, but close enough for me to see all those beautiful faces. I really hope my fans are gonna go crazy when they see it. But then the gondola makes a noise like a Chevy grinding through a guardrail. It lurches to a halt, jerks to the left, wobbles to the right.
Angela, Layla, Sultz, and Dawn, I'm going to cut this meeting regarding the Justin Bieber autobiography short, because I need to be in bed by 11 p.m., because I have school tomorrow. I'll meet you by the lockers then before school starts at 8:45 the next day. Until then, I'll see you guys during homeroom hopefully, and then border collie hour, followed by advisory hopefully tomorrow.
And that's why I am in Mrs. Rochester's first and fourth periods and Mrs. Parnell's second and fifth periods instead of the normal classes I attend. But I'll see you during lunch and hopefully homeroom tomorrow. Until then, see you later.
I don't attend any of your classes, but I'll see you in border collie hour tomorrow and advisory hopefully.
You know my mom is the principal of your school, right? I'll see you during border collie hour tomorrow and during passing period, even during lunch, homeroom, and advisory hopefully.
I'll see you on the bus tomorrow, but you better not pull my hair. I will also see you during lunch tomorrow as well, as during border collie hour hopefully.
The next day.
Okay class. First off, today is World Book Day. Secondly, what a lot of costumes you guys and girls picked out. Tell us, Lizzie Larson, who are you as well as your boyfriend Ashton Marion?
I am dressed as Ruby, and my boyfriend Ashton is dressed up as Max. Those are the characters from Max and Ruby. However, we introduced World Book Day to the listeners on our radio station, 96.7 FM WTRH Chaseville, during our morning radio broadcast.
These are true. Good job, and thanks for introducing me to your radio station on the 96.7 FM radio preset. Mira, can you tell me what your costume is?
I am Princess Elsa from Disney's Frozen. You remember that movie, right? And if you say puddle during the sing-along, I will take no prisoners.
Very good, Mira, and thank you for providing the Disney's Frozen sing-along details. Alicia, can you tell me what your costume is?
FYI, I am Cinderella from the Namesake book.
Very good, Alicia. Jackie, what did you come up as?
I've come up as something, and it's called Talking Ginger from I Want to Be Big.
Oh good, Jackie, what an amazing choice. Jay, you are dressed as
Mrs. Royal. I am dressed as Elvis Presley. Many of you know him.
And I already know what costume Darren is dressed up as.
I know, Mia. I am dressed up as Justin Bieber, thereby reading his autobiography and discussing it with a few of my friends, maybe 3 or 4. Want me to read some of chapter 2 of his autobiography?
Go ahead, Darren.
The day I was born, March 1, 1994, Celine Dion was solid at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 with The Power of Love. Not a bad song to start your life on. My musical director Dan Cantor, whose guilty pleasure is Celine Dion, must have been really excited that day. It was all over the radio, so I probably heard her belting it out before I got my first look at the blue sky over Stratford, Ontario. My hometown is 2,450 miles northeast of Los Angeles, 530 miles northwest of New York City, 1,312 miles due north of Disney World, and totally on the other side of the world from Tokyo. But the day, people all over the planet were listening to Celine Dion and loving it. I am a proud Canadian and I hope that comes through in everything I do. I love hockey, maple syrup and caramel bars. Canada is an awesome country in general, and Stratford is an excellent place to call home. The people are nice, but not easily impressed. I go back there to visit Grandpa and Grandma and my friends, Ryan and Chaz, as often as I can, and everybody treats me the same as always. Stratford is a small town of about 30,500 people, named after Stratford-upon-Avon in England, which is the birthplace of William Shakespeare. So it makes sense that there's always a lot of comedy and drama going on and that our Stratford is the home of a huge Shakespeare festival, the biggest in North America. Every summer, about 1 million tourists come through to see the plays at the Avon Theatre, check out the local arts and crafts and poke around the town, which gets pretty quiet in the winter.
Everybody treats me the same as always.
If you're looking at a map of North America, you'll see that Ontario is that little triangle of Canada that cuts down into the Great Lakes between New York and Michigan. Stratford is actually pretty close to the United States, halfway between Detroit and Buffalo, but when I say I'm from Canada, some people think that means I came in from the North Pole on a dog sled or something. Sometimes it does seem like winter lasts forever, but it's more because the kids are dying for the school year to be over. Summers are hot and muggy, but always a lot of fun. In the fall, the whole place is blazing with colors like you cannot believe. In the spring, it's incredibly beautiful. The snowmen keel over or get kicked down, the slush piles melt away, and the grass on the baseball diamond sort of struggles to wake up. The air is clean. Everything smells like wet pine trees.
I'm a proud Canadian and I hope that comes through in everything I do.
My dad has influenced not only my life but my music.
My mom and dad were in their late teens when I was born. Not that much older than I am now. And, yeah, that kind of freaks me out, so I don't dwell on it. My dad, Jeremy Bieber, was basically a kid, doing his best to handle huge adult responsibilities. Lately, I've started to understand how hard that is. He and I have always had a great relationship, and as the story goes on you'll see how he's influenced not only my life but my music. I admire my mom so much for how she stepped up to meet all the challenges in her life. My parents broke up when I was 10 months old. Shortly afterwards, my dad started working on construction jobs out of town. Mom basically worked her butt off at whatever job she could get to keep a roof over our heads. We lived in public housing, and there were no luxuries at our little apartment, but it never occurred to me that we were poor. We had each other, which was everything we needed. While Mom was working, I went to daycare, but I also spent a lot of time with my grandparents. I had a room at their house, and Grandma painted it blue and white with Toronto maple leaf stuff all over the walls. There was never any question about it. I was into hockey from day one, and the Maple Leafs were my favorite team. Every summer, Grandpa and Grandma took us up to Star Lake, where they rented a cabin that belonged to the Rod and Gun Club. Grandma's brothers and sisters would come, and Grandpa and I would go fishing with Grandma's dad. Being French-Canadian, he didn't speak English, and Grandpa didn't speak French, so there wasn't much conversation going on. But that's a cool thing I learned from fishing. Sometimes you don't need conversation. Haha. I spoke both French and English from the time I was little, so I could interpret when needed.
Darren, we know we all love World Book Day, but reading the entire second chapter of Justin Bieber's autobiography doesn't mean you're into fiction. I call that non-fiction. Okay, since today is World Book Day, we're reading one of Darren's favorite books, Justin Bieber, First Step to Forever, on online readfreenovel.com. Like his sister Riley had mentioned to him last night.
Microsoft Sam's last and final Bible verse of the day reads, 1 Kings chapter 10 verse 9, Praise be to the Lord your God, who has delighted in you and placed you on the throne of Israel. Because of the Lord's eternal love for Israel, he has made you king, to maintain justice and righteousness. Notice, no more Bible verses, until after Veterans Day, November 11th, in which the holiday season rolls around the corner.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down tonight. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We gonna light it
EA Sports. It's in the game.
I am Taleslandian Gardens Real Estate.
And I am Elysian Siemens Late Night 48.
And we want to let you know that we'll be going camping at Rhode Island State Park for a couple days until Monday, October 11th. If you need us, our comments section in this video is open, or ask questions in the recent community tab posts or any of our recent uploaded videos.
So expect some delays in uploading and making of our videos, including Darren Pipster and Friends Season 5 Episodes 5 and 6, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Also, we are taking a hiatus from Microsoft Sam's Daily Bible Verses until the holiday season begins, mainly November and December until the day after New Year's Day 2022, in which Microsoft Sam's Daily Bible Verses will conclude, or until the mask mandate is over. This is Taleslandian Gardens and Elysian Siemens, out.